Jessie, and it's Anzac Day today, and I'm going to be baking Anzac cookies. First, we're going to do the dry ingredients. This is a no egg recipe, and it does not include any eggs. So first, you're going to need half a cup of flour. Just standard flour is fine. Anzac Day is a day to remember the soldiers from Australia and New Zealand who passed during wars. It's kind of like when there's wars, like the Korean War, and the New Zealanders came to help. We are doing this to remember all the soldiers who passed during that war in World War I, World War II. We really love this recipe, so this is the third time that we're making it. Because we're going to a friend's house today, and we wanted the flour goes into the bowl. Into the bowl. I'm not the best baker, but this recipe is really easy, so. Okay, so after half a cup of flour, we're going to need half a cup of sugar. Sugar. And then we're gonna add desiccated coconuts. This kind of gives some texture. It's just a regular old packet from Countdown. So we're gonna be doing a full cup of coconut. Make sure that you're getting it straight to the line. There we go.
하늘을 한번 보여줘.
That is it so far. Now, Americans and like British people don't have Anzac Day, but they still make Anzac biscuits, but I think they just call them oat biscuits because there's so much oat in them. And it's a cookie mainly based on oats.
love this recipe, yeah.
There's so many different types of cookies that we all like to eat, like gingerbread and chocolate chip and sugar cookies and shortbread.
Oh?
Okay. Keep in mind that I'm going to clean this up after I finish. So, put the oats in. So now we have our base of dry ingredients. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and mix that. Mix. Today's a Sunday and today's the actual Anzac Day, but since Anzac Day is supposed to be a public holiday, if like a public holiday lands on a weekend, they usually try to get the next day off, so we've got Monday off as well. But I'm on school holiday, so it doesn't really change that for me. Now there's only two wet ingredients. You're just gonna need butter and golden syrup. So you need 125 grams of butter. We've already measured that out. Right here. And then I'm just gonna measure out quarter cup of golden syrup. Preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius. So I'm gonna be putting my golden syrup inside the pan. Just try to get all of it in. Okay, I think what you do is you're gonna melt the butter and the golden syrup, and make sure you have adult supervision when you do this.
이스트로 들어가게.
Next step, you are going to get a cup of some sort. It doesn't have to be a cup. Just make sure it can handle hot water. You are going to get a tablespoon We're going to do a tablespoon of hot water. Be super careful. There we go. And then you're going to do a half teaspoon of baking soda. And make sure it's baking soda, not baking powder.
Good point.
So you're just going to get a good teaspoon. This is just going to help the cookie form its shape and make it look like a cookie and make it rise a bit. So you're going to put your baking soda into your hot water and mix it around. Make sure that it's all diluted. Take in the butter and the golden syrup off the heat. And now it's kind of like a clear kind of brown color. But then there's going to be some magic once I add the water and the baking powder, baking soda. So I'm going to add it in.
쪽자처럼 되는 거야. 쪽자 뭔지 알아?
달고나?
달고나.
It's going to turn into this caramelly color.
왜 주?
And it's going to be really bubbly. 달고나처럼.
한국말 지우 어드밴스드 레벨이야. 달고나를 알잖아.
Vocabulary. 달고나 그냥 카라멜 같은 거잖아. Okay, so you're gonna mix it in really well. And then there is a fun part. You're gonna grab your dry ingredients here. And then you're gonna kind of wait for the wet ingredients to be a bit warmer. Maybe like 2 minutes probably, just mix it around off the stove. And then you're going to add, be careful, your wet ingredients. It should look a bit like that. And now you're just going to mix it around. Now usually when you make cookies you use your hands to mix them, but since the wet ingredients have just been off the fire, it's really hot, and for Anzac cookies you don't necessarily need to knead it with your hands. As hard as it is, try to resist to eat the dough. Like, don't eat too much of the dough because there's still raw flour in here, and raw flour has bacteria that's not very good for your health. Just the safety precautions, because everyone likes to lick the spoon and take like a huge bite out of the cookie dough, because cookie dough is very good. Okay, so once you mix it very well, it should look a bit like this. Kind of like ice cream. And then you're going to get a big chunk like this, and you're just going to place it down. The cookies have finished. And now since the cookies have become a bit of a tart and they're pretty big, you're just gonna get some chopsticks and you're just gonna shape them into a good shape. Now, don't worry, because these Anzac cookies, they'd be pretty soggy right now. They won't be very crispy, but you're gonna shape them while they're still very soft, and then you're just gonna leave them, leave them with the cool air for some time, maybe like
half an hour?
Half an hour? Yeah, about half an hour until they become pretty hard, which means that they'll remain in that shape that you formed them to be. That's what we're doing right now. You can even put them in a cute little jar, kind of like this one. It would look really cute, and you can just put it on your shelf until you want all the cookies to be eaten. Thank you for watching.